I'll do universities because that's much more tractable. I've been in this game since 2014, 2015, and it's gotten worse every year without fail until early 2023. And I wrote I'm the chair of the board at Heterodox Academy, so I wrote my, beginning of the year letter on how this is going to be the year of the turnaround, that we're seeing signs. For the first time, we began seeing some presidents and some deans actually saying no to student protesters who were shouting down speakers. At Stanford Law School, where there was a humiliating, ridiculous shout down of a judge, the dean wrote a firm letter saying, no, we don't do this. The New York Times had a similar thing. Like, it's beginning to creep out, like these epistemic spaces, these knowledge industries that were completely overrun by identitarianism, they're beginning to push back. So that was happening already in early 2023. And then the horror of October 7th and the horror of October 8th, where we began seeing students and faculty celebrating the Hamas slaughter. And then the debacle of the presidents who couldn't condemn calls for genocide. And then the plagiarism of the president of Harvard. And then academics twisting themselves into pretzels to say, well, it wasn't really plagiarism. I mean, that was such a despicable, dishonest, hypocritical moment, all of those events in December, that I think the country has had it, and we're at a turning point. So I think what we're going to see now, a lot of the identitarianism is very deeply entrenched in DEI departments. So what I expect we're going to see is a lot of schools, especially in the South and the West, Southwest, and Arizona State University has already broken out. I hear at Carolina, you've already taken a lot of steps to improve your speech culture. It's interesting that most of the really bad anti-Semitism events have been at Ivy League schools. So it's the elite schools in the Northeast where there's no viewpoint diversity. Those schools, I don't know, faculty are organizing, alumni are organizing, so there's hope. But I'm actually very optimistic about schools in the South and the Southwest. And there are a few in California, actually, as well. So I think we're going to see finally divergence. That's what I wanted to see all along. Let some schools follow Brown and Yale, embrace identitarianism. Everything's about race, everything's about power. That always leads to eternal conflict and a feeling of lack of inclusion. Let them go that way, and that's not going to work. And I always thought that a lot of schools were going to follow Chicago and say, no, we don't do safe spaces here. It's, class is class. We're here for ideas. So Chicago really carved out the other track, and very few followed them. But I think now a lot will. And we're going to see more schools committing to institutional neutrality. Heterodox Academy and a few other groups just came out with a big position statement on that. So I'm actually up, 2023 was so horrible for higher ed that it's a blessing. We hit rock bottom. The rot has been exposed. Public humiliation. Our brand is in tatters. That really enables those presidents who want to stand up and have been standing up. That really empowers them, and faculty members too. So I actually am optimistic. I wasn't so optimistic a year and a half ago, but I'm actually now optimistic that things are going to improve at most universities.
Well, John, to end the interview, I want to just thank you so much for being here, for taking all this on. You're just proof that one person can really make a difference.
Thanks.
And to come to Carolina and UVA and WNL and do this. And it's just been a pleasure meeting with you, and I look forward to shepherding you around a little bit.